What's up, everybody? This is my WrestleMania 38 preview and predictions. I'm recording this on March 29th because on Thursday I'll be traveling to Dallas for WrestleMania. So I wanted to get these predictions out for you guys before I start traveling and am too busy to do them. So let's go ahead and get right into these. This is courtesy of WWE.com. They have the matches listed, I believe, in the order that they were announced, or I think it's maybe biggest match to smallest match maybe, because the first one's Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. So we'll work our way down the card and talk about every match that's listed as of Tuesday, March 29th. So first matchup is the main event. WWE Champion Brock Lesnar versus Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Winner take all championship unification match. I only see this match going one way, and that's Roman Reigns winning, and then The Rock coming out afterwards to set up a match next year at WrestleMania in LA. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that believe Brock's going to win just because Roman's held on to the belt for so long. But here's the thing. Brock Lesnar's been around a lot lately. He's wrestled at the last 3 pay-per-views. He's been on Raw. He's been on SmackDown. He's been on a lot of shows, way more than he has in the past. And I don't think that's going to continue after WrestleMania. I don't think we're going to see Brock Lesnar again until after SummerSlam, if I had to bet. Just because I think they're using up all of his dates right now for a big build-up for WrestleMania. So I just, I don't see Brock Lesnar winning, just to be honest. I think the only way this match goes is Roman Reigns winning, holding up both belts over Lesnar's body. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. The Rock coming out, them staring down, fireworks going off, and then there you go. That's the end of the show. You know, maybe The Rock's there the next night on Raw, and we kind of the same way they did with The Rock and John Cena, basically. You know, we're probably just going to get a build-up to next year's WrestleMania. I don't know. I don't see Roman Reigns holding on to the belt that long. He'll probably lose it between this WrestleMania and next WrestleMania, because a match like that, you don't need a belt, you know. So I could see Roman Reigns losing it maybe to Braun Breaker if he gets called up, and you know, that's probably about it, actually. Maybe Drew McIntyre, but Braun Breaker's the real future. That's who I think Roman Reigns ends up losing the belt to at SummerSlam. So yeah, that's what I think about this match. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. I think it's pretty well known Ronda Rousey is going to win this match. You know, it's not her first match back. You know, she had that tag match. She had the Royal Rumble. She had that match against Sonya Deville. So she's not rusty. But I don't think they're going to have Charlotte beat her, you know. I think Ronda Rousey's going to win this. She'll probably, if I had to bet, feud with Charlotte until the next pay-per-view, and then Bayley will come back, and we'll probably get Ronda Rousey versus Bayley. But here's the thing, like, Ronda's just drowning right now as a babyface. The crowd still like her. She gets a good reaction, but the promos are just so terrible, you know. I mean, I'm not good at public speaking, but Ronda really isn't that good at public speaking, you know. She just doesn't come off as likable. She doesn't. It's just not natural, you know. There was that big, I don't even know what the hell you want to call it, on SmackDown where, you know, she screwed up saying SmackDown Women's Champion, which was all right. You know, everyone screws up when they're talking. But then she goes, why do we have to say women? And it's like, she might as well have just said, this is fake, you know. So that's the problem right now. It's just nothing's natural with her. And if they're going to go with her as a babyface, it's going to pretty much end up the last time they went with her as a babyface, where, you know, the crowd's going to turn on her and it's not going to be pretty. The only good thing about that last time is there was Becky Lynch, and that made Becky Lynch the megastar, you know. And if it's the right person, like if it's Bayley or Sasha Banks or whoever the hell else is on SmackDown really doesn't have that big of a women's division. But if it ends up getting someone else over by her getting hated, it'd be nice. But I don't think WWE's that smart to get lightning in the bottle twice, you know. But no doubt in my mind, Ronda Rousey's going to win that belt. Now, will it main event? I'm going to say no. we're going to get into that in a minute. I'll talk about what's probably going to main event night one. But, yeah, I don't think it's going to main event, but it wouldn't shock me if it did. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. This one, actually, I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. Just because WWE doesn't do the right thing 2 years in a row. Bianca had her big moment last year, and you think like this year would be a good revenge match for Bianca after what happened at SummerSlam and all that. But they haven't even really touched on what happened at SummerSlam. It's just been them going after each other's throats, literally, and then, as of last night, going after each other's hair. They haven't really touched on the SummerSlam match. If I had to bet, it's probably Becky beats Bianca, brings up embarrassing her at the two biggest shows of the year, and then whatever pay-per-view's next. I think it's Payback, I don't know. Or no, it's WrestleMania Backlash, that's what it is. They'll probably have like a stipulation match, and Bianca will win there. I'm going at this with how I think WWE's going to book this. If it was me, Bianca would just win, have a great moment, but if I'm going with how I think Vince McMahon's going to do it, I think Bianca's going to lose here. They're going to build to a stipulation match at Backlash, and she'll win it there. But I could be wrong, but my pick for this match is Becky Lynch. So here's what I think is going to main event night one of WrestleMania. That's the thing. This website, WWE.com, it doesn't have these broken down by nights, and I don't have them memorized on what nights they are. But so far, everything except Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar has been on night one. So I believe Stone Cold and Kevin Owens is going to main event night one of WrestleMania, just because it is the biggest draw of the whole weekend. The rumor of Stone Cold Steve Austin returning. And to go back on my point about The Rock earlier, the way I think this is going to go is it's going to be a promo segment, and then Stone Cold's going to challenge Kevin Owens to a match, and then just how it was the last time they were in Dallas, Stone Cold is going to hit a stunner and pin Kevin Owens in 6 seconds. Just like how The Rock did it with Eric Rowan at WrestleMania 32, this is how I think it's going to go at WrestleMania 38. They'll come out, it'll be a good segment, they'll start talking shit, he'll challenge him to a match, stunner, pin, win, and then fireworks, and that's how they're going to close out the show. There's not a doubt in my mind that's how I think it's going to go down. It's not going to be more than a minute. And, everyone's going to be like, Kevin Owens got buried. I mean, he's in the main event of WrestleMania with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and what is technically going to be Stone Cold's first match in 19 years. They haven't shut the hell up about 19 years on commentary, and it's not even a match, it's a talk show segment. So there's a reason why they keep saying 19 years and all that. And, it's going to suck. Kevin Owens loses in 1 minute, but he's in there with Stone Cold Steve Austin in his first match in a long-ass time, So I don't think Kevin Owens is going to get buried. If anything, it's probably going to put him in a new light. And Kevin Owens is a huge Stone Cold fan in real life. So if anything, he's probably happy to have this happen, Just my thoughts on that. But yeah, that's probably what's going to main event night one, according to all the reports and all that. And yeah, there's just no doubt. After everything I've read and, the reports from Fightful and PW Insider, that's main event night one. And I think that's how the match is going to lay out if the match happens, which I'm going to say 90% it happens. Oh, man, this is one reason I am glad I'm going to WrestleMania. Edge versus AJ Styles. The build has been boring as fuck, but this match is going to be incredible. Edge's promos have been the cure for insomnia, and then AJ Styles really hasn't been on the show much. He had that match with Seth Rollins last week, I believe, and that match was really great. And then he only said a few words last night on Raw. And other than that, he was out selling the injury. But, sorry, I had to catch my breath. But this match is going to be incredible, even with the boring build. I am so glad I'm going to get to see this live. Now, prediction, that's going to be hard. I'm going to go with Edge. just because I think he's going to get, not a push after WrestleMania, but it seems like they're potentially going with a stable for Edge. And I think in order for them to do that, he's going to have to come off a win. Either way, I really don't care who wins. It'd be cool to see AJ win, I guess, but I think it's going to be Edge. And, they'll keep the feud going, keep these two busy for the next couple months. Unless Edge is going away after WrestleMania, which is always possible, but I haven't heard anything about that. He just came off of a break, so I don't think he's going to be gone after WrestleMania. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Anything goes. I think it's pretty clear Johnny Knoxville is going to win this match. I think it's actually going to be a really good match. I mean, Knoxville, he looks old as fuck, but he's still only in like his 40s, I think. He may be a little younger, or he may be a little older, actually. I really don't know how old he is, actually. But Sami Zayn's a great wrestler. This is probably the biggest match at WrestleMania he's ever had. You could argue the match with Kevin Owens versus Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. But I think this match is probably bigger for him. It's going to get a lot of attention. There's going to be a shitload of weapons. He's going to get the shit kicked out of him. The only way they can really make this tolerable is Johnny Knoxville hitting Sami Zayn with weapons. Because if he's just going in there in a straight-up wrestling match, it's going to look stupid. So, there's going to be a lot of weapons. Sami Zayn's going to do his best. He's going to bump his ass off. Knoxville's going to win, but I think it has potential to be really, really great. Oh, I see where it says the days now. I was an idiot earlier. I didn't read. Ray and Dominik Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul in a who gives a fuck match. This will be the pee break for me. I really don't care. I'm going to say the Mysterios, and then Logan Paul beats the crap out of Miz after the match, if I had to guess. They could win just because celebrities really don't lose at WrestleMania, but like I said, it's in a who gives a fuck match. It's in the pee break match. And then, women's tag team champions, Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Sasha Banks, Naomi, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. I think Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan are going to win, and then Rhea Ripley's going to feud with Bianca Belair after Backlash for the Raw Women's Championship, because they always put the tag champ and the women's champ against each other. They did it with Asuka. They did it with Charlotte and Asuka when they were champions. There's one more. Nikki and Alexa. They did it whenever they all held the tag champs. They all faced the women's champ. So I think that's what's going to happen. I could see Sasha and Naomi winning depending on the plans they have for Sasha Banks after WrestleMania. But, there's no way I think Zelina and Carmella are going to retain. And I don't even know why Natalya and Shayna Baszler are in this match other than to give them a match on WrestleMania. But either of the two babyface teams, that's my prediction. But I am a little excited for this match because it has the potential to be really good. But I don't know. I'll probably be invested, but I won't be too invested just because who gives a shit about the women's tag team championships, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland with Butch at ringside. Probably the New Day winning. And then maybe, I don't think they're going to end up having Big E there. They could, he could. The New Day, I think, is going to win. And then maybe Big E comes out and celebrates and they have like a nice WrestleMania moment. I don't know, dude. That one's I know I'm saying that a lot. I don't know. But some of this I really don't know. WWE can be stupid with their booking, but I don't think they're going to have the heels go over. I think New Day wins and they have a nice moment after with hopefully Big E coming out if he's safe. If he's safe to travel, which hopefully he is, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery and all that. So that's my prediction. New Day wins, Big E comes out, and they all celebrate. Oh, here we go. Seth Rollins to face an opponent of Mr. McMahon's choosing on WrestleMania Saturday. So the report that just came out about 3 hours ago is that Shane McMahon is booked for WrestleMania 38. Now, if that's in a match or an on-screen role, or if he's just there as maybe a producer or something, Shane McMahon is booked for WrestleMania. And now the panic rumor is he's going to be Seth Rollins' opponent, which makes me kind of think it's like a leak by WWE to throw everybody off thinking it's going to be Cody Rhodes, just to give everybody that doubt if I had to guess. But no, I don't put anything about past Vince McMahon. It could be the ultimate troll job, He could still be pissed at Cody for starting AEW and not sign him to a contract, even though, it's been well reported that Cody Rhodes has signed a contract with WWE. But, I don't put anything past Vince McMahon to, oh, you all want Cody Rhodes? Here's Shane McMahon, If I'm saying it's going to be Cody Rhodes, we all know it's going to be, but I would not put it past Vince to have Shane. And oh my God, if it is Shane and I'm there live for it, I'll record the reaction of everyone in that stadium and post it on YouTube for you guys to laugh at. But yeah, it's going to be Cody Rhodes. I'm 95% sure. And he's going to win. And hopefully it's in like a 20-minute match, because I remember back in 2013, 2014, when the Shield was feuding with the Rhodes brothers, Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes had some one-on-one matches, and the counters, and their matches were really good, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. I hope they give them time. And if, Cody Rhodes comes back and has an incredible match, he's going to be even more over than what he already is, his pop is already going to be insane, but if he has an amazing match to follow that up, it's going to be great. So Cody Rhodes to win. Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. Drew McIntyre, but no one's going to watch it. This is another match where people are going to get up and take a shit and get a hot dog and go buy t-shirts at the stands. I don't give a shit about it. Do you give a shit about it? Yeah, that's what I thought. No one gives a shit about it. I like Drew McIntyre. I actually like Corbin, He's had a lot of great matches and all that, but it's a who gives a fuck match. Like I said, it's going to be it's going to be the match everyone takes a break from WrestleMania to stretch their legs and all that. Here's a match I'm actually secretly excited for. SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. I haven't really seen Boogs wrestle that much, but I know Nakamura's great, and I know the Usos are great. So if you have three great wrestlers and one, who knows? I think I've only seen like one Rick Boogs match, and it was all right. I think this match has the potential to be really great. I think it's time for Nakamura and Boogs to get a shot at being the tag champs. The Usos have had the belts for a long ass time, over 6 months, I believe. And Nakamura and Boogs, they're organically over, with Pat McAfee doing the dance for Nakamura's theme, and, Rick Boogs coming out and doing his little shtick and all that. They're organically over, and I would like to see them get a run as tag champs. And I am going to go ahead and predict them to win the tag team championships. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. My gut and my head are both telling me Nakamura and Boogs. Ooh, this is going to be a show stealer. RK Bro, Raw Tag Team Champions, RK Bro versus the Street Profits versus the Alpha Academy. Alpha Academy, great team. Street Profits, great team. RK Bro, great team. 2 of the 3 teams were in that triple threat a few weeks ago on Raw. Absolutely incredible match. You had the Street Profits in it that are a natural tag team. They're not a thrown together tag team like Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens were. They're not wrestlers on the level that Seth and KO are, but they're a great tandem when they're together, you know. This match, ooh, I don't know who the hell wins. I think RK Bro wins, and then the Street Profits beat the shit out of them after. If I had to bet, I would love if the Alpha Academy won, because I thought they were really great as tag champs, and I'd love to see them get another run. And because if they're tag champs, they're at least gonna be more relevant than if they're not, you know. So I would like to see the Alpha Academy win because I want them to still be on TV and all that. But I'm gonna go ahead and say RK Bro wins, and the Street Profits turn heel after, because the Street Profits have been stale for a long time, and I think it's time for them to get an attitude change. And if you watch Raw a couple weeks ago when they were doing that championship celebration, RK Bro was, the Street Profits came out, and the way they were talking, you know, they were very heelish, and I think that was them planting seeds, you know. And Montez Ford in that match against Matt Riddle wrestled heelish, you know. I think that was just them testing the waters for a Street Profits heel turn. So RK Bro retains, Street Profits turn heel. Oh, here's one that just got added last night. Bobby Lashley versus Omos. I mean, we still don't know if Bobby Lashley had shoulder surgery. You know, maybe he was just in for the WrestleMania payday. Who knows? I'm going to go ahead and say Omos wins. I know some people are saying, you know, Bobby Lashley will be the person to slay the giant. It would make sense if Lashley was going to be in the title picture after WrestleMania, but I think Lashley is only coming back as like a favorite event. You know, we haven't heard any reports or anything like that. But I mean, dude, if his shoulder was as fucked up as they were saying, he probably definitely needs surgery, and maybe he's holding off so he can put Omos over and then go and have surgery and then come back at SummerSlam, because he's going to be out for like 4 months. So maybe that's the plan with Lashley. I don't know, because, you know, they did this build-up very late. You know, they just did it last night on Raw. So if I'm betting Omos wins, Lashley's going to disappear again. Actually, an idea I heard, and this is actually a great idea, and it's probably, if I had to bet, actually, it's probably going to happen. MVP turns on Lashley and aligns himself with Omos, because Omos really fucking sucks at cutting promos. You know, everyone says he's terrible in the ring. Omos is alright to me. He's not as bad as like the Great Khali or somebody like that. I mean, he's kind of towards that level, but he's not as bad, you know. He's got a little bit of physical charisma, so his matches are a little more interesting to me. So, and if he has MVP, who I think is probably number 2 when it comes to promos next to Paul Heyman, manager-wise, I think that'll help Omos, and then he can be put probably in that U.S. title picture, and it would not surprise me if the next U.S. champion is Omos. You know, he could face Finn Balor at Money in the Bank probably and beat him for the belt there. You know, just to give him a chance to crap or get off the toilet, you know. That's kind of my prediction there. MVP aligns himself with Omos, and then Omos goes on to play in the mid-card and win the U.S. or Intercontinental Championship. Because who knows, you know, after WrestleMania, sometimes they like to do that superstar shakeup. It seems like they're back towards doing drafts now, but who knows, they could do a shakeup after WrestleMania, and he could move to SmackDown and go after their Continental Championship, or Ricochet could go to Raw. But by SummerSlam, or by September actually, that's probably a better deadline, Omos will be a mid-card champion. I believe this is the last match listed on here. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. This is another match that I think could steal the show. Austin Theory is really fucking good. And Pat McAfee in the 2 matches he's had, the War Games match and then the one against Adam Cole, Pat McAfee's, you know, everyone knows he's an athlete. He used to play in the NFL. I don't give a fuck that he was a punter. He's still a freaking athlete. Just look at the dude. So this match, I think, has chance to be, you know, high flying, fist flying, highly athletic spectacle. I think this match is going to be really insane. You know, Pat McAfee, he did a shooting star press in one of those matches. I think he did in both matches, actually. We'll probably see that busted out, and people have forgot about that. Because hell, it just popped in my head when I was talking about how athletic he was. You know, that match is going to get a lot of good reactions from the crowd if I had to bet, because there's going to be spots that you're not going to think of. It would not surprise me if like McAfee hit a Spanish fly, or he's just going to do a bunch of insane moves because it's his first match at WrestleMania and he's a showman. You know, he's going to do his best to show off. And it's a great spot for Austin Theory. People know who Pat McAfee is, and Austin Theory's the future. You know, I would like to see at next WrestleMania Austin Theory have a big time match. And it may not happen, you know, he could still be Vince McMahon's lackey next WrestleMania, but he's been on TV with Vince McMahon. I think that's a pretty good endorsement. So McAfee wins, but it's going to help make Austin Theory. And I believe that was it for the matches. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to have some videos of like entrances and stuff. I really don't know if I'll be vlogging my trip because it's going to be me and my girlfriend, so I don't want to really like vlog while we're spending time together and all that. But I'll definitely try to have some videos of entrances and have those uploaded on my channel so you guys can check them out. Thank you guys for watching. Let's see, how long is this video going to end up being? Almost 30 minutes, so pretty long video. Thank you to anyone that made it to the end. And let me know what your guys' predictions are and how excited are you for WrestleMania. I know, like, I'm excited, but that's probably because I'm going. You know, people that are going to be watching on TV, they're probably not going to be as excited. I personally am excited. Let me know what your guys' excitement level for WrestleMania is, what match you're looking forward to the most. You know, any thoughts you have, just let me know. And I hope everybody has a great day, great week, great month, because who knows when the next video will be. And I will see you guys later.